Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sorry for the hiatus. I know it's been a while. We were trapped in the Matrix, but we made it out, luckily. So I'm the host, Nelson, and I'm bringing in one of the co-hosts, Ivan.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Sup, dog?
Good to be back.
What's going on? Feels good, right?
It does feel good. It does feel good. You know, I'm just glad we had a chance to figure out like the a day that we can actually all get together. You know, it's a little more difficult these days. You know?
Yeah, man. Well, shit's opening up.
Shit's back open. People have shit to do other than sit around the house and try to figure out what to do. Life kind of just tells you what to do now. So, yeah, excited.
Right on, man. We got a lot of nerd shit to catch up on, but what better topic than Matrix with the release of the trailer for Matrix 4. So let's bring in our other co-host here, Big Swerve.
Hello, Internet. I'm Big Swerve, bringing the geekery right to you.
And the only one that did not get dressed.
I'm wearing black. Got my hair slicked back. That's it.
Hey, he actually did his hair. This is the first time we're ever seeing Irving like with brushed hair.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it takes time, man.
I almost didn't recognize you, man.
It's all pre-planned, man. Premeditated. Yeah. What trip it's been, man. You know, the panic during
I'd almost
pandemic.
believe you were in the Matrix, dog.
Yeah, and it's just everything.
Everything. This is Irv's.
Do we have a celebrity guest?
This is Irv's residual self-imaging. Fucking awesome. Look, man, we don't normally dress like this. Like fucking. I don't wear motorcycle jackets all the fucking time. But we got dressed, and Irv decided to put on a fucking black sweater. I don't know how that's in the Matrix, but
it's all black.
It would just get caught up on like
collar,
every fucking fence.
Metal handle. There it is, slick back hair.
He's just running down the street with like the yarn coming undone.
Well, it's either that or I throw on black spandex.
Whoa!
Hey, thank you for sparing us that.
This motherfucker was gonna come out dressed like Trinity and shit.
You know how that gear was Gibbs suits just put together really nice.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hey, I was with it, man. I was with it. I had a crush on Trinity, dude. I don't even dig skinny chicks, but god damn.
Oh, yeah, dude. Trinity set the standard, man.
Skinny chick with hips.
No, you know what it was? I think that the character Trinity, just as a side note, the character Trinity did for the latest fictional main female character crush for the next generation, the same way that Ellen Ripley did for prior generations with the Aliens series. And it's simple.
Oh, no,
you got a strong character with a
I was crushing
on
persona. Ripley, dog.
Oh no, I don't ever crush. I wasn't crushing.
Dog, Ripley. Yeah, it's funny you say that.
Ripley was my woman.
It's funny you say that. I'm actually writing some shit on that. I want to do an episode about hot sci-fi chicks. But anyway,
Trinity's definitely one of them. Like that's
Trinity's fucking banging, dude.
No, see Ripley's
that's like a bit of a reach.
No.
Look, man. Like Aliens, not Alien 1. But like Aliens, come on.
Yeah, that set the tone. You know, it really did.
I mean, she's smart. Okay, we're getting off topic though, man.
Yeah.
Look, let's get right into it, dude. Let's get right into it.
Let's get right into
what better place to start?
Plug ourselves in.
What better way to start than where it all fucking started, dude? The motherfucking Matrix, Part 1. The only one that exists, in my opinion. But we'll get there. What did you guys think? Well, how about this? What was your experience with the Matrix?
It took me a while to like it, which is really odd. As much as I like the movie, Like the second time around. The first time around, I hadn't smoked weed in forever. And I smoked weed that day, and my friends were like, let's go watch this movie. You're gonna love it. And like when you haven't smoked weed in a long time, you have like this paranoid, awful feeling. Like I went into the movie and I think I was just more distracted by like just being like, man, I wish I wasn't high right now. Like
just trying to survive and shit.
Like I was like, damn, man, fuck, I smoked too much. I thought the movie was good, right? I watched it and I was just like, oh yeah, I totally recommend that movie, right? That's kind of how my attitude was walking out of it. And, telling people about it, I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Then I saw it again, sober, and not like a nervous wreck and paranoid. And I was like, yo, this is going to be a fucking instant classic. Like, this is it. This fucking movie, like, broke all sorts of fucking, boundaries and like of imagination and shit like that.
Yeah,
it was just, it made your imagination go crazy, man. I just love the idea that like immediately, like if you, like not just thinking of sci-fi, but like anime, like you immediately see that in there, like that it was like the people that were directing it were inspired by anime. You know what I mean? And I thought that was cool as shit. Like you catch on to that right away. So I thought it was fucking awesome. And I'm just astonished that they came up with such a great storyline and were actually able to put it in a live action movie. Because that's something that you would have seen in an animated feature. So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, to piggyback off of being high and watching the movie, I almost had like the almost similar experience. I had gotten high, man. I was smoking weed, and I was at Greenbelt Plaza, just like a really hood mall. But anyway, I was there with a buddy of mine, and we got baked, like really baked. So I was in your situation where I was just like paranoid, stressed the fuck out. Like I was having a panic attack, and my boy was tripping too. And so like we couldn't drive, we couldn't function, right? So I was like, dude, what do we do? Like if we can't just sit on a bench in the middle of the fucking mall, dude, like like that shit's not gonna work. That's just gonna make me more paranoid. And if we go in a store, we're gonna look fucking shady as shit, dude. So then yeah, my boy was like, dude, we could go in the movie theater and just take a nap. I was like, that's brilliant. That's a brilliant fucking idea, right? So we go up to
anything sounds brilliant.
Yeah, man. So we go on, we go buy our ticket and we're being weirdos and we're looking at the screen to see what movies they're playing. And, we saw some movie named Matrix. And I'm a fucking nerd. So I was like, damn, that shit sounds cool. Shit's like a documentary about computers or something. So like we just go in that bitch and dude, there was no way I could take a nap. I mean, like 2 minutes into the movie, there's a chick jumping from a rooftop through a fucking window and like jumping up, doing a split kick in slow motion, but like the camera's moving around her. Dog, it was like I was fucking mind blown, dude. Like completely mind blown.
Like, is that the weed? Like
right. I'm like, is this movie really this good? Dog, I thought it was exceptional. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. I mean, needless to say, once they get down to like the fucking premise of the movie, I'm gone, dog. I'm like mind blown. Like, what? This shit is like a fucking like what? That shit is dope, man.
I'm glad I didn't have that reaction the very first time because I would have been really annoying for a long time. Because when it came out on DVD and like I got to see it again, that was when like if somebody came over, like I was like forcing them to watch the shit. Like I was like, dog, you need to sit down and watch the shit. Like,
stop talking to me.
Like you could not get away from it. Like it was like, yo, like just chill. And they're like, dog, I gotta go in like 15 minutes. All right, well, we're gonna watch 15 minutes of this movie. Like it was so bad. Like I was just like forcing.
Let me fast forward to the good part.
Right. Like you just got to see this one snippet right here. Watch this shit. Like
pay attention. Pay attention.
Forcing it on people.
Oh shit. Yeah, I was that dude. I was definitely that dude, man. I was in school, like telling people about it because they hadn't seen it, and I'm like, we're all in a simulation, man. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, it was like a hostage situation I was putting people in. Like I legit. Like they're like, dog, I gotta go, man. Like
you're that dude. They're trying to walk away from the conversation. You're like, nah, come back.
No, you're not allowed to leave. You have to see this shit.
I won't let me go. He's putting me in the Matrix.
Right?
just like
that part, right?
Just like dangling the weed, like it's like, what do they call that shit? Like when you got to sit through a fucking conversation to stay at the hotel.
Oh,
what do they call that shit? You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh man, where you gotta sit through some like dumb shit for like 3 hours.
Timeshare? I was like, timeshare?
It's where they try to sell you a timeshare, but you gotta like sit down with some dumb motherfucker for 3 hours just to say no, just because you want like $100 off your fucking vacation. I hate that shit. But anyway, I was just saying you're that dude.
I swear, man, you can put a lot of analogies on that.
You're like, look, man, if you want a beer, you're gonna have to listen to this Matrix bitch.
I can only imagine the board meeting that they had to sell this movie. I can only imagine that.
Shit.
All right, so let's piggyback off of this. I got it the old-fashioned way, word of mouth,
sober,
hearing it from and sober. I'm walking around campus, and someone comes right up and says, "Hey, I saw this movie, The Matrix. It'll blow you away." Because the only exposure I had to any promotional material for The Matrix. And mind you, you can blame the studios on this. Warner Brothers, they did no promotion for it except on radio ads. And they all said the same thing. What is The Matrix? And I came away walking on my car. Well, what is The Matrix? Because y'all haven't told me to go see this thing yet. So I hear from word of mouth that it's really amazing. So I go into the theaters. And I was blown away. A live action anime. And what you started finding out is a lot of theaters actually started shutting down, closing out The Matrix, and pushing it to the little theater. It was ready to go out, but word of mouth kept it around. Now, the first Matrix was not a colossal financial hit, but it was a cultural juggernaut. And when it came out on DVD, it did for DVD players what movies like Top Gun did for VHS. It simply brought every household was buying The Matrix to watch it on DVD. And, it was a cultural juggernaut. It changed the way people looked at things. It made, live action animes now possible. Let's combine CGI and stunt work. Let's see what we can do with cameras. Every other movie was doing bullet time at that point, which was both a blessing and a curse. It was both a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
After The Matrix, it was like every movie wanted to do that.
Swordfish was the first one to jump on that bandwagon.
But they did a good job. That opening sequence.
Oh no, that was dope with the ball bearings and it was dope.
Great.
But I think another issue that that Matrix had was that there was no Hollywood royalty involved. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have James Cameron, Steven Spielberg. You had nobody on this. Fucking Wachowski brothers.
Well, you could have had some big names in there. Sean Connery turned down the role of Morpheus, which is nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Talk about kicking yourself in the ass on that one.
Well, and then he turned down Lord of the Rings, from my understanding. So after that, he was like, fuck it. Next thing that comes to my fucking desk, I'm taking it.
That I don't understand.
So it was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Fuck.
It was a good idea on paper. It was a good idea on paper.
You already
Shit.
missed the train, bro. Like,
Oh my god. All right,
Yeah,
well,
so
check it out,
here's
man. Oh, I'm
here's the
sorry.
thing.
Go ahead.
Here's where it comes in. So yes, so it was a cultural juggernaut. It would, as we're going to get into it, spawned 2 sequels, one of which was absolutely inferior. But speaking of anime, can't ignore its cultural impact, because then we got the Animatrix, and what a beauty
Yeah,
that was. They came
dog.
out before the second
This
Matrix
shit.
movie.
Listen to me, people. This is what this podcast is about. When we nerd out, we'll give you the background to shit for you to delve deeper, and maybe one day you'll become a level 5 nerd. But for now, you stay a young Padawan. But go check this shit out right here. Animatrix. You will not regret it. Faux show. All right, big swerve left for some reason.
so,
All right.
No, I'm still here.
Hey, there he
Still
is.
here.
another person turned down, like, they went through a couple people before they even cast
Will
Neo.
Smith.
Will Smith, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Will
was
Smith
thinking
was
like
supposed to be
Wesley
Neo.
Snipes for some reason, like turned a roll down in there too.
May have been.
But
It may
I could
have
be
been.
wrong. Yeah, you're right. It was Will Smith. I don't know where I got Wesley Snipes from, but because he
I've
wasn't
been
even
watching
really,
Dave
he
Chappelle
wasn't,
again.
he wasn't even really
Darkness.
that famous anymore at that
Darkness.
time. He might have even been in
Darkness.
jail for all I know, like evading
Yeah,
them
that's
taxes
true.
and shit. But
All right, man. So I wanted to talk about something because it was really interesting, and I hadn't planned on talking about this, but I was just fucking, dude. I was so confused, so it led me to. So here's the thing. So I look up Matrix 4, and it says the director, screenwriter, whatever, is Lana Wachowski. So I'm like, oh shit, that's really cool, man. Like their sister is taking the helm on this one. No, sir. So let me go down this path with you. We're gonna nerd out for a second on the Wachowski.
Oh, yes.
We're gonna deep dive here on the Wachowski brothers because it's really interesting. So first we have the Wachowski brothers. Okay, we have Lawrence Wachowski and Andrew Wachowski. Okay, Wachowski brothers. Everyone referred to them as the Wachowski brothers. At some point, Lawrence Wachowski becomes Lana Wachowski. Lana Wachowski and Andrew Wachowski. And then Andrew becomes Lily Wachowski. And this is where we get Lana and Lily Wachowski. The Wachowski brothers become the Wachowski sisters. So we are being incorrect when we say the Wachowski brothers. I think at this point we just say the Wachowskis.
Wachowskis. Yeah, it's easier.
I just wanted to just jump into that real quick because I found it really fascinating. I was like, wait, what?
A lot of this came
if you put
from
that
when
picture back up, like what, man, like one of them actually turns out looking like a woman. The other one like looks like
yeah, she's not.
What's the gangster? It looks like a woman.
Not, yeah,
you could fool me on that one. I mean, like, not, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I find her attractive, but if I saw her in the street, I'd be like, hey, that's a woman.
I get what you're saying.
The other one looks like, what's that? What's the lady from the Goonies? Like the grandma from the Goonies?
Yeah, the Goonies.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, dog.
The only thing we're serving around here is tongue.
What a fail. Get all
Dog,
that
like,
come on,
like,
man.
come on, man.
Shave the jawline or something.
Come on, my
yeah,
dude.
the Fratellis.
I ain't trying to be a dick just in case they see this shit. But
Nah.
The plank.
Hey.
Like, come on, man.
He said, want to walk the plank.
Yeah, I want to play Pirates. Walk the plank.
This dude's a fool, dude.
Like I said, the only thing we're serving around here is tongue.
Want to walk the plank?
Just like Jesus, dude. Come on, man.
You're like, what says it?
It's
Well,
like Jesus.
Okay, pirates.
That
Hey
was
yo, nah, look, man.
Well, a
Hey,
lot
look,
of this,
live your motherfucking life. All I'm saying is, dude, when you listen,
yeah. Don't get
if
me wrong.
it,
Live your life, dude. I want
live your
listen,
everybody to
life.
live
We're
their
not
life.
judging you.
but
We are
I'm
not judging
no,
you.
listen, man. These are all jokes, dude. If you can't take a fucking joke, eat a dick. Go to another fucking podcast. Listen to me. We support anybody doing whatever the fuck they want to do, but come on, my guy. Come on, my guy.
Tug.
Like one is like, all right, I see it. You know what I'm saying? The other one is like, come on, my dude. like,
Like, not at all. Like,
like,
not at
come on, my
all.
guy. Like,
Well, you
let's
have
keep
to
it
give
real.
it time. That you have to give it time. There's stuff that it's a continual
Like
process.
Miss
You know,
Doubtfire
honestly.
pulled it off better. You know what I mean? Like,
Ooh,
This
there.
dude.
like you ain't
Uh,
fooling nobody,
Did you
man.
believe it that fire?
this dude. Hey, look, we gotta move on,
Well, I
dog.
All
wouldn't
right,
We
put
let's
it
got.
move on.
friendly.
Let's move on. We
I
ain't
wouldn't
talking
call
about
it
these fucking
Smythe. That's
geniuses,
Smythe,
dude.
not Smythe.
Okay, like I'm
No,
just
but a
saying,
lot of
Doug.
this,
Somebody had to say it.
I think artistically and as
Oh my
artists,
god!
we
I'm
get
look
affected
my.
by our work. You know, I'm speaking as an artist, and you know, two of us here, we're big time artists. So speaking as artists, you're often affected by your work, and one of the
Yes.
biggest efforts, or like really personal efforts, that the Wachowskis ever did was the film Cloud Atlas. That
Yeah.
had to have had an impact on them. I mean, you watch that film, it's long as sin. It's got a long
Yeah, man.
trailer. When you watch it, its message is about love over the course of time. And you
So.
come up and you come up with it, and here it is. If there's
Mhm.
anything that's truly priceless, you could deem anything truly priceless. You cannot put a value on it. It's time. And time is what you strive for when someone shows affection, when someone loves. It's priceless because the time that you spend with those, and you saw that Buddha stuff in you know they're them being reincarnated over and over,
Yep.
and despite all the failures, they finally get together at the end. But again, that just shows the preciousness of his time. That's what
Look,
made
man.
Cloud Atlas so interesting.
Yeah,
And I
man.
think that got to them. I think that got to
Look,
them. They came out
I
as who they really are.
listen. I'm with it. I said it a second ago. You know what I'm saying? Like jokes are jokes, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I clown Irving, I clown Ivan. That doesn't mean I don't love them and I don't support what the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a clown people. That's what I'm gonna do. But on that note, on what Irving was saying,
They are
um,
geniuses, and
they're
and
fucking geniuses. I love their
They're
work.
we're talking
visual
about a
All
movie
geniuses.
that
all
happened 30 years,
all,
20 years ago, and
all
we're
I
still giving
look
it its props.
look they're fucking amazing. We're doing an episode on them. You know what I'm saying? And their work and what they've contributed. What I'm saying is that motherfucker's got a strong jawline. That's all I'm saying, dude.
And there's stuff that can be worked
That
on.
is observational. But look, check
Yeah.
it out. Along the lines that Irving was saying, so after let me just read this little tidbit because I thought it was pretty cool. After Lily Wachowski came out as transgender, she encouraged looking back on her and Lana's work through the lens of our transness. That's in quotes. Um, Saying that the themes of identity, self-image, and transformation are uh, are apparent in the Matrix. And I agree with that, man. I mean,
Yes.
I think that not only can you look at that movie, and I think that's why that movie is such a classic. Is if obviously in this case, if you're trans, you can look at that movie and identify with it, or like Cloud Atlas, like Irving was saying. But I think there's a lot of things you could draw from this movie, um, whether you're trans or not. Really, you know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those movies, man. You take a lot from the film and apply it to your own life. I don't think many movies do that. I just wanted to
No,
give
not
props to
enough.
that level of genius.
And you've got to give it to the Wachowskis there. They basically created the action movie that held a mirror. Most action movies don't hold a mirror to the audience. You know, we all get a different part of it out of it. Again, for me, time. So I look at the Matrix, and there is a lot of play in time. What has been lost with the war with the machines, and how it was mankind that destroyed their own world in order to obtain some
See,
ubiquitous, in an attempt to obtain a ubiquitous victory. A very poignant section in the Animatrix when they talk about that war. Very beautiful scene, hauntingly, beautifully animated.
see, I think that's interesting that Irv focuses on time because, like, when I see the movie, for me, it's about like reality and being brainwashed and being convinced of lies and then finding a new truth. But that's what I saw in the movie. But I think it's interesting that Irving in Cloud Atlas and Matrix focuses on time because that motherfucker's 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? So he's on limited time. So I think that's why he focuses on that. But that's just my opinion. But
It's all about what you do with the time that you have. 80 years old. I'll show you
I
80.
check it out real quick, man. I wanted to run through the genius of the Wachowski sisters or Wachowskis.
Just the Wachowskis.
Um,
The name will be immortalized in the halls of nerddom and Hollywood,
yeah, man. Look,
or
man.
Hollywood nerddom.
Listen,
So
I
wait, so both Wachowskis aren't directing the number four. It's just one
It's
of them.
well, one of them is there as consulting. Got into the process
Like,
because there are
were
other
they in the writing
projects.
process of the movie, or
Yeah, yeah. I'm about to explain. The other Wachowski is working on another project, another movie project coming up. So yeah, they're busy. They're busy.
all right.
Um,
So let me run through the genius of the
More power to them.
Wachowskis here. Okay. First and foremost, we get Assassins. Fucking epic. Totally not what they do, but shit, man, it was. I love this movie. Like
I like
that's
to. It's one of the few Antonio Banderas movies I really enjoyed. His character was fantastic.
Oh, I agree, man. This movie
I didn't
is
even know they
full of
did
colorful
that movie.
characters.
I mean,
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. It's not their style, but it's a badass fucking movie, dude. It
yeah.
really is, man. Beginning to end. I mean, I love movies with colorful characters, which is why I love Quentin Tarantino films so much. And this definitely had it, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
every character had depth and just it was really colorful.
yeah.
Um, all right,
Again,
so
Antonio Banderas steals the show. If you
yeah,
ever get a
man.
chance to watch it, he does. He
Yeah,
really
he's
does.
he's my man crush too. So you know what I'm saying. All right, we got so Assassins came out in 1995, and from there we get the Matrix trilogy. Matrix comes out
Oh,
1999.
don't forget the movie Bound. Don't forget the movie Bound.
Okay, so I didn't add that because it was like, you know,
It's a good.
whatever.
It's a small film
They've done
with an
they've done a lot of
intense
films. I
narrative.
just picked the
With
yeah.
an intense narrative, which is what leads into the Matrix.
Yes. All right. So you get Matrix 1999. There's a long hiatus, and then, in my opinion, this is where it went wrong. You get Reloaded, and then fuck, what's three called, man?
Revolution.
The Revolution.
Revolution. You get both of those in 2003, which, in my opinion, was just a little bit rushed. That's just my opinion. I
Well, they
kind
filmed
of
it as
I
one
thought so
movie.
too. I thought so
so
too.
So here's how look. This is the way I saw it. When I saw one, I was like, okay, this is really dope. Like beyond dope. It's just fucking amazing. And then two came out, and I was like, all right. So what we have here is like a gourmet slice of bread that's just like artisanal, like fucking artisan fucking bread. It was handmade. It was baked that day. You know what I'm saying? We got a good start here, and then we got pretty good deli meat in part two. It was really good, right? So it's like contingent on what three is going to look like. I was like, little boring, not my forte, but I gotta wait to judge. I don't know what this sandwich looks like yet. You know what I'm saying? And then they come out with three, and it's just moldy as fuck, straight out the garbage. That shit is soggy, like it's just nasty. And they just slap that motherfucker right on top. It's like, dude, you ruined it. You ruined everything, dude. And I hate that for that reason, man.
It's like they put ketchup on that motherfucker, dude.
Dog, right?
Ketchup on the
Dog.
sandwich. Like
Ketchup on a sandwich. That's almost as bad as mayonnaise on a hot dog.
like, damn, dude, what the hell did you do here? No,
Well,
you know,
fucked
and
it up.
I actually have a different opinion, like, of part 2. I actually really enjoyed part 2.
I gotta remove that dude because he disagreed with me, dude. All right,
What?
so what were you saying,
Put him
Irving?
back on. Put him back on.
I actually enjoyed part 2. But I do agree with you.
I didn't say I didn't like
part
it.
2.
I liked it.
Part 2, its value is contingent on number 3. Like,
Yes. I didn't say,
you know what I mean? Like,
in my defense, I didn't say I didn't like it. I said it was good. It was decent deli meat.
I mean, the action sequences were, I mean, like that highway scene where
Yeah.
they like
Oh,
built
God.
where they built
Yeah,
like
dude.
where they built a highway just for that scene. Like, I mean that
Yeah, man.
you're talking crazy commitment to like go out in the middle of nowhere and just build something that looks like an interstate just for an action sequence that turned out to be an action masterpiece sequence.
You
No, yeah,
listen,
I mean,
man.
I put it up there with like the Chase and Ronin. I mean, it was
No, yeah.
like,
with
Yeah,
Jason
dog.
Ronan.
Yeah, dog. Now we're
One of the-
talking.
I mean,
Okay,
damn.
Jason Ronan.
I mean, I put it
For
up there
those
with
that don't
that.
know.
Damn,
That's-
you're movie nerding on me right now, dog.
Okay,
Hell
for those that don't
yeah,
know,
dude.
Ronan is a great spy thriller.
Make it quick, man. Let's not
Yeah,
sidetrack.
it's a great spy thriller starring Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
The car chase sequence is stunt work at its absolute
Dog.
artistic finest. This is something.
Yeah,
this is the one you
dog, like,
wash
take-
down.
Like that scene, if
You
just
wash
imagine
that down.
just imagine Heat, the movie Heat, the fucking bank robbery scene from
Another
Heat,
one.
and multiply it by 1,000. That's what
Oh,
you get in Ronin.
Yes.
It is
Yeah.
fucking. It's perfect. It's a perfect fucking.
And the whole movie sets up for it, and it blows the expectations out of the water.
All right, let's reel it back. Let's reel it
Okay,
back.
so going back,
I mean,
start
it's just.
with the Matrix.
I mean, like that whole highway scene. I have yet to see a action sequence chase like that since that movie. It has not happened till today. If somebody disagrees, chime in, because I would love for somebody to put a motorcycle, and it seemed like it was kind of like a Ducati commercial, like, which was kind
yes,
of
it did.
too, but
It was
like, you know what I mean? But it was so awesome. I loved it. I mean, like, I can't get enough of it. Like, when I first got that on DVD, I probably just skipped right to that scene where it starts, and it's a long scene of the movie. I mean, it starts right when they're leaving the building, and these, I forgot the twin brothers. I forgot what their names were, but as soon as they got out and started chasing them, I mean, like, you got to realize, I mean, like, that was probably about 30 minutes of the movie, just that
sequence. It was a massive climax. So here it is.
It's not a little scene. Like,
all right, so let's get into it here. The Matrix Reloaded, in my humble opinion, it matched and surpassed in terms of effects or visual narrative from the first movie easily, because there's no more surprises. Everything was going to be next level. If you could say there was a weak part to it, then it was during this fight sequence where Neo fights all the Agent Smiths. That scene hasn't aged well at all. However, the highway chase scene is a masterclass. And what you can do if you go all out with a combination of both practical effects and special effects. Now,
Yeah, man.
have there been chase sequences to match it? Yes. But again,
name one.
you'll
Name one.
Okay, let's start with 007. the Casino Royale. That chase sequence was incredible,
What
without a doubt.
the
That
foot sequence?
the
Like
foot
when they were
chase
running?
sequence
Yeah, that was
again.
pretty cool. Yeah,
That
I'll
was
give it
good.
that. Yeah, that
It'll
was good.
match it, but it won't beat it. Won't
Yeah,
beat
it
it.
was
That's
good.
another story.
It was good.
Another one, which was another chase.
But I felt like that was a little overdone at that point. Like when everybody in every action movie knows parkour, it loses its like
Yes.
novelty. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like
Yes.
I feel
Yeah,
like
In
yeah.
the long run,
It wasn't the thing was that the Matrix scene wasn't just the action itself. It wasn't what you were watching.
well,
It
I'm
was
about to
the
go there.
idea behind it.
the
It was
idea,
people
yes.
breaking the laws of physics, and you
Yeah,
knew
without a doubt.
why.
Again,
So you weren't watching
narrative.
you
Visual
weren't
narrative.
watching you weren't watching reality. You were watching people break reality. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's almost
Yes.
like you're watching a
Yes. But
fantasy movie,
again,
but
it,
in
that
our
scene when
world.
the agent jumps on the hood of that
On the
car
hood
and
of the car,
no
smashes
dog.
the
doubt, and
car,
it
The
like,
physics,
smashes the car.
the physics on that,
ooh,
dog. Because
like
I've seen other movies where like the physics just aren't right. Like
Yes.
Terminator always bothered me with that. Where like, you know what I mean? So, like somebody would tackle him, and I'm like, dude, that guy fucking weighs like 10,000 pounds, dude. Like, what you
You're
couldn't
not
tackle
tackling.
a fucking Terminator. So
Yeah.
that always bothered me. But like that physics right there where he stomps on the fuck dude, I was
And
like,
that's
yo, that's
it.
epic.
I'm with
In
you
my
on that.
humble
Like,
opinion, if I could narrow down one sequence in that chase sequence, it is where the agent jumps on top of that car and breaks it. How many action sequence movies do people just land on cars while they're moving at highway speeds like it's nothing? There's no real impact. That none of that is taken into account, and this movie did that brilliantly, and it delivered it to you in such a slow motion, showing you, letting you soak in all those details: the engine parts flying out, the glass breaking, the doors being popped out off their hinges. It just from the pressure of that car being crushed on the highway, the wheels turning outward, the axle collapsing under there. All the detail is there.
see, the
So
beauty about the
that
Matrix
snippet
is they
was
could get
brilliant.
away with all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because they had no boundaries, right? You know,
Right.
Well,
Well, they did, but
they did. Here's the thing: the action sequences for the Matrix films were filmed in Australia. They had to be. There's a lot of U.S. laws or certain safety requirements
oh no, I'm not
that
talking about
the
that. I'm
Hollywood
talking about like
has.
how crazy the sequences could get
With that,
because
that's
they
what I'm
were in
getting
the
at.
Matrix. They had no boundaries. Like,
Well,
you know,
in order to do those visuals, you
Furious
had to make
Furious
CGI.
9, I'm sure they did the exact same sequence except it's real people.
Ivan, you're breaking up there, bud.
Yeah, they had
Like the
to
Fast
do.
and the
They had to
Furious
combine.
probably does stuff like that now. Like,
No,
but these are real
It's a
people,
lot of
and it's
CGI.
completely unbelievable.
It's a lot of
So
CGI. It's ridiculous. They went into outer space. I'll leave it at that. It's ridiculous,
Fast
and
and
it's all
Furious people,
CGI.
they're superheroes now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you ever watch that? I mean, I stopped watching at like 4, but
Yeah,
It was.
I was gonna make a joke about how that compared to the Matrix highway scene, but
oh
I
god,
was like, I don't want anybody
is
thinking I'm a.
is this Matrix?
I don't want anybody. Right, I don't want anybody thinking I'm a Fast and Furious nerd. Like that's like at the
No,
bottom
it's
of
just this.
that's at the bottom of the fucking nerd hierarchy, dude. That's like
Oh
way
my
down
god,
there.
dude.
That's
Yeah,
like
okay,
almost
so
that's almost next to juggalos. You know what
okay,
I'm
so
saying?
now I'm going to come up with the other chase sequence. With the other chase sequence that matches it, it's not a car chase. So never beat that vehicular chase sequence. You know, Ronin and Matrix Reloaded, hands down, the best vehicular chase sequences you're going to see in cinema.
Yes.
So I'll go down, and they broke the original classic chase sequence from the French Connection. So when you can beat that one, you're done. You set the new standard. So the next one, which equals it for its visual impact, not for its stunt work, again, visual narrative here, was the chase sequence, the multi-dimensional chase sequence or inversion sequence in Doctor Strange. That with the background flipping over, it basically took the stuff that
That
you
was really
saw.
cool.
That was
That
cool.
Yeah, that
basically
was really
took
cool.
the dream sequence that
I
you
would.
saw in films like Inception, and
Mhm.
took it to another level with inverted
Yeah,
backgrounds
man. It
falling
was
here
dope
and
as shit.
there.
It
My
was dope as
favorite
shit.
part, my favorite part is when they're falling through open sky and on all four corners with a great amount of distance, all the different versions of Manhattan just unfolding and collapsing at the same time. It was a
But
beautifully shot sequence.
so
Yeah, man.
I guess my point is, okay, fine. So we found two other movies, and I'm sure maybe we might be able to find another one.
But
But
they won't be
Sure.
there. They won't be
it
there.
set the bar, like for
It
sure.
did.
And
Absolutely,
it
man.
Did.
took
It's
it
it's
Hasn't
it
been
set the
beaten yet.
bar. It
it
set
took like
so many
15
bars.
years for somebody else to even come up with something that could hold a candle to it.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
We can agree with that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. All
Indefinitely.
right.
Indefinitely. Yes.
So let's move on here. Like I got a list, man, because these motherfuckers contributed a lot to nerdom. We already discussed Animatrix, right? We're not gonna go too deep into it, but everybody check it out.
Yeah. Check it
So
out.
yeah,
In summary, it's a
so
series of
Animatrix came out 2003, same year as
yes.
the other two films for Matrix.
Yeah, the Reloaded. It was supposed to hype up Matrix Reloaded. The Animatrix was the filler material. It's basically a series of short films done by various top of the industry animation directors and artists. So you get all these different stories. The one that will
Fucking
stand
great.
out the most, that will haunt you the most, even though it doesn't have the best animation out of all of them. That one goes to the Last Voyage of the Osiris. But
The
the
final flight of
war,
the
the final
Osiris.
flight, yes, the final flight of the Osiris.
Yeah,
So
it's dope as shit.
it's beautiful to watch, but the best one is still
Renaissance.
the Renaissance. And
Yeah,
that
fuck
one
yeah.
shows you the start of the war
Yeah, man.
with man versus machines, and it finishes with the end result. It's hauntingly beautiful. It's in two parts. Highly recommend if you're going to watch this for any of them, it'll be Renaissance.
And watch it
Do it.
last. Watch it
Do
last
it.
because it's like you got it, and it's in the middle of the
Right.
whole thing. Watch it last because save the best for last. That is
Yeah.
by far the best one out of all of them.
All right. So now we got V for Vendetta in
Ah,
2005.
is he a
Fuck,
terrorist or is he a freedom fighter? What a madman. I liked it.
fucking awesome, dude. You haven't
I
seen
liked
this movie, go check it out, dude.
it really does bring out
Um,
the idea of the moral ambiguity of
well,
the
it's complicated,
anti-hero.
right? It's
Again, moral
complicated.
ambiguity.
Yeah,
What
man.
he does to Natalie Portman's character in that film is largely unforgivable. It's wrong in every way what he does to her, but
It's a
the end
necessary
result,
evil. It's a
it
means to
was
an end.
a means to an end, a necessary evil.
I don't give too much away, man. Go check it
Yeah.
out, people. Stop being level 1 nerds, man. Level up. Level up, goddammit. So then we get Speed Racer 2008.
Yes. Okay, so here goes. Speed Racer's a cult hit. I think it came out at a terrible time because at that point Hollywood was already flooding um, live action animation to animation to live action remakes, and the track record has been nothing short of abysmal. Whether it's the Flintstones, terrible. How do you cast that so well but do a terrible job? Again, they did miscast Betty. They greatly miscasted Betty. I'll leave it at that. And then they come out with the sequel. Who greenlit this? Viva Rock Vegas. Horrible. There's the live action adaptation of George of the Jungle. Dudley Do Right.
I
You
mean,
want to know what killed careers? Those are movies that killed careers, and it did. It did.
it's also when you do a movie based on a cartoon, you have to make it appeal to people who aren't fans. And this was just this might as well have been a fucking fan film. Like
And yes, and I'm about to go there.
it was
I'm
for the
about to go.
fans. That's it.
It was for the
There was
fans, and
nothing that appealed to
and
anybody other than the
yeah, it
fans.
wasn't going to appeal to anyone other than the fans.
Look at this fucking poster. What would make me want to watch this? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I was
I
a
agree.
Speed Racer fan. I couldn't get through the movie.
All right. Well, look,
You
man,
probably haven't seen Speed Racer in a while.
guys, we got 15 minutes. Sorry to cut you off.
Okay,
But
hold
I
on.
mean,
I'm about to hit
we're
you
not
on one more
spending
point.
5 minutes on Speed
Yeah,
Racer.
yeah. All right,
Fuck
so
out of here.
there's the
Get
other
through
one.
this.
So
Look,
there's
man,
the other one that's a big failure.
Cloud
Um,
Atlas
yes,
2012.
yes.
Very cool.
Look, and I just want to say something, man. As a nerd, I find that a lot of movies that people hate, I like because conceptually they're awesome. I'll just give you a really quick example. Battlefield Earth, to me, that is one of my favorite films.
Okay, you
It is
lost me there.
cheesy as fuck.
No,
It
it's
is
dumb
cheesy as fuck.
It's dumb as hell.
Dog,
It's
I
dumb.
fuck with
It's
that
dumb.
movie, dude.
It's
Nah,
dumb. It's
conceptually,
dumb.
that shit is dope.
Dumb.
Shit
By
is
the
dope.
way, I highly recommend.
All right, he had to go. He's disagreeing with me too much. I don't like that shit.
No, I like this movie. I thought it was
Fuck
really
that
cool.
guy, dude. That guy
Visually,
sucked.
I liked it. I thought it was a good movie.
It had good visuals. It had good visuals, but nah, I don't
Cloud
know.
Atlas was beautiful. I liked it. Cloud Atlas was beautiful. Was sentimental. In all the right ways.
I think that it was too cerebral. I kind of like. I just disengage when it's way too cerebral.
Well, it's about the concepts. If you want to talk about conceptual films, you're talking Blade Runner 2049. There, yeah,
right.
those are high
All right.
concept films.
Let's
Or-
move on.
Blade Runner
Really,
was a kind of a letdown to
because
me, to be honest with
so
you.
Well,
look.
which version?
The
There's like
newest
four
one.
different ones.
The
The
newest
one.
final director's
Guys,
cut. Yeah.
let's move on. Let's move on. All right, because what we're seeing right now is the decline of the Wachowskis.
Yes.
Because now we get Jupiter Ascending, which I was really excited for, and I was
visually
so
it looked like it was.
I was
good.
even gonna fucking forget Channing Tatum is in it, and because my
He's a
homegirl
funny
was in it,
guy. He's a funny guy.
right? But this movie isn't.
It wasn't.
You know what I'm
It was-
saying?
yeah.
And that's the problem. It was like I see Magic Mike, and it's like, really, this dude is an action sci-fi star. Like
He was. He was doing action films
hey,
before Magic Mike.
listen, I was willing to let it slide. Yeah, but they were all corny. They were all like Fast and Furious shit. You know what I mean?
I understand.
It was that style of action. It's like purposely corny action.
And look who's not credited on this film, on this poster, who's a very talented actor right now.
I don't know.
Oh my God, Redleaf, that dude, the skinny dude, who's been in a bunch of movies. Okay,
sorry, I blocked this from my memory, man. I don't even remember who's in it, dog.
Okay,
Me too.
so yeah, so let's just skip that. Yeah, Jupiter Ascending was such a letdown. Good God.
So yeah, man. So I just unfortunately, man, our guest Teddy wasn't here, man. He had an amazing fucking fan theory about how Neo from Matrix 4 is actually Ted from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, who time travels. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the fan.
It got deep, man. Hold on. It got deep because it went into Point Break and Devil's Advocate.
And all of them.
It got in there, man.
Here's where the theory is. So here's the big theory coming up for the Matrix. And it's such a nod, an Easter egg to the first Matrix film. When we saw the traitor going right up, God, I'm slipping on names here. We saw the traitor coming right up and making the deal with Agent Smith to go ahead and betray everyone. It was Cypher. Yeah, Cypher. So Cypher goes in, he goes to betray them. And he asks for a special favor.
I don't want to remember anything. Anything.
I don't remember anything. And when you put me back in, make me someone important, like an actor.
An actor.
Yeah. So
that's fucking dope. Though.
And my guess is that's actually what they did with Neo. Remember, they have his body. He may have been supposedly killed in the Matrix, but we didn't see him bleed out. We didn't see him die. We just see his body being carted away.
This goes into the fan theory that I posted months ago. For all you young Padawan, do your fucking homework. Go back in the archives. there's a fan theory about the Matrix, how Keanu Reeves is actually the bad guy, and Agent Smith is the good guy. Check it out. It's really interesting.
I've seen that. Yeah.
So basically, why would they kill Neo? They fucking need him, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Well,
when
in
we
many
catch a
ways,
serial killer,
well,
we
in
don't
many
kill them.
ways,
Gotta
well, in
study
many
that
ways,
motherfucker.
by not having him die, or by not removing him from the equation, they prevent another Neo from coming up. Let's not forget in
Precisely.
part two, they prevent another one. So they keep him around as an actor. By the way, take a look at Trinity's death scene in part three. Those aren't random things coming out of her. Those are the mechanical claws from the machines. So there's a chance, and we see this in the trailer, she's plugged into the Matrix again. My guess is she was saved as well, as she is a catalyst for the anomaly, as they call it, or the one, as the good guys refer to him. She is a catalyst for it, just like Morpheus is a catalyst for opening for the pill choice between for Neo. We see him get resurrected as a
they
younger
all
version.
play a role. I mean, essentially what Neo is Jesus, right?
Yes,
And
and there's a
even Jesus,
convergence of events.
right? And you needed Magdalene, you needed the disciples, you needed all these, you needed the chain of events to go the way that they did, blah 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 blah.
Yes.
So that's what Neo is. Like Neo without Morpheus is nothing. Morpheus without Neo is nothing. Like they
So
all play. They're all
is
a gear in the machine, so to speak.
Morpheus is essentially John the Baptist. That's his role.
Right.
Yeah, he baptizes Christ, Jesus, into the water, and thus when Jesus comes out of the water,
Trinity.
the dove comes in, and that's that's the Holy Spirit descending on Jesus.
Yeah.
So
Trinity
in
is
many ways,
Magdalene.
that's what took place. Yeah,
because she's a whore.
No, that's a misnomer. Magdalene's not a whore, but
yeah, I'm not gonna get into that.
Read,
Don't get into that. Look, dude, her husband died. Apparently, that makes you a whore in Bible times.
No, that's not what it was. And this is the thing that Jesus comes in, and this is just to close it off. The law stated that the adulteress and the adulterer were both supposed to be stoned, not just the adulteress. So whoever did the accuser must confront, and he must confront the adulterer as well, not just the adulteress. Hence, what Jesus was writing on the ground, that was the law. He who is without sin cast the first stone. So they need a proper judge for it. By the way, it's a Catholic myth that Mary Magdalene was the woman at the wall. No, Mary Magdalene had nothing to do with that. Was not the hooker. Was not the prostitute that wept at Jesus' feet. No, Mary Magdalene, as we for those of us who are biblical scholars, discover that she is much like Trinity. Hold on,
we're church nerd, dude.
Hold on. Much like Trinity, the companion awakener to Neo.
Yeah.
In the Dead Sea Scrolls, they mention her specifically as a companion. The word companion in old ages meant wife and husband.
And Cypher is Judas.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
The role of Judas.
You see, Agent Smith is the Roman soldier. Come on, man! I got this shit for days, son.
Yeah, there's so much to there's so much in religion, mythology that's discussed.
It's happened before, man. Listen, Superman is Jesus as well. Like the Jesus story is, it's such a good story that it gets repeated throughout history.
Yeah.
Jesus himself, since we're church nerding right now, Jesus himself is a repeated story. He is not the origin story of the physical manifestation of God. This goes back to Egypt times and before that.
Yes.
So it's no wonder we keep telling this story over and over. Anyway, I've had enough church talk because I'm a fucking heathen.
We're all heathens here.
But I wanted to talk about a film that not too many people know. It's kind of a spin-off of the Matrix world, if you will. Because in the same way you had Animatrix, where it would tell a different perspective of the Matrix. This movie is, because Matrix itself was kind of under the radar, and not that many people gave it credit. So,
Yes, until DVD, but we'll get to
right.
that.
So I just want to shed light on a fucking masterpiece that is sort of a spin-off of Matrix, which is pretty fucking cool, man. It's fucking epic.
I'm
This shit
sure
is epic.
that's amazing.
I'm sure there's bullet time. The Scrooge comes out. Oh, not the hair, not the hair. She dodges it so it doesn't get in her hair. And
she's awakening. What are you saying? I could stop cum? I can dodge cum. I'm saying that when you're ready, you won't need to.
How have I not heard?
Dog, I'm telling
it's
you, man.
there, man.
The movie's
it's there.
awesome, man. There's some scenes.
If you
there's
got
some
a poignant
scenes.
movie,
There's some of these scenes here.
Yeah, if there is ever a poignant Hollywood film, guaranteed there's going to be a porno made of it. I mean, who can remember the classics? Foreskin Gump, or my personal favorite, Saving Ryan's Privates.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. How about
I saw one, how Tower Records, was it Tower Records? Like if you went like towards back, they had like random. I saw
that was called Powerhouse Video.
No. It was at like a big
Langley Park.
Like, it wasn't like even in the back. It was like towards the back. Like they didn't even give enough respect
there was
to
no
like
room?
put it in the back room. Like
damn.
And I went in this store and a lot younger, and I looked over and I was like, that joint says Johnny B. Real Good, and it was the guy. Like straight up, like it looked just like the Johnny B. Good cover. Like this Johnny B. Real Good in that joint. Like I was like, wow, look at that. I almost wish like it looked like the guy too. Like I didn't spend too much time looking at it because I was like, oh shit, man, motherfucker's gonna think I'm a pervert up in here. Like, so I just like kept it moving. But I was like, yo, that I had to do a double take. I was like, is that the same actor? I haven't seen him in anything in a while. Is that what he's up to? Like I was like, I haven't seen that cat in a while.
Hey, if it worked for Boogie Nights,
like
and Mark,
you know what I mean? Like
Wahlberg, if it worked for Boogie Nights,
I was like, damn, from Brat Pack to fucking to that. Okay, all right.
Oh man, there's the Latin classic, the gangster one, Bloody In, Bloody Out.
See that.
Yeah, that sounds painful. Now, anyway, so here's the cultural impact that the
dude,
that the Matrix
my
had.
guy, I was wrapping it up. We're at 59, 52.
Hit him. Relax. Doesn't take two.
Hit him.
So one, it brought back in kung fu movies. It resurged them again, and as a result of them bringing in money with kung fu, the Hong Kong action films or sequence got a resurgence again, and you got films like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It brought back the art. It really did bring that pulp into it. Yes, more and more movies were abusing the green screen effect, but it got you back again into getting those darker films. It came back in style. More importantly, what it did for DVD. The Matrix headed the DVD revolution. The DVD was a machine that came out already has been out for a few years. It was expensive. It, didn't come in. All of a sudden, everybody's buying the Matrix DVD. The DVD prices drop like rocks, and everyone's buying it because they want to have the Matrix.
I hear you, man. I mean, dude, they revolutionized a lot of shit, man. So salute Wachowski sisters, brothers, whatever the fuck, whatever your pronoun is at this point. Mad respect. It's fucking awesome.
And
Thank
stay
you for all
tuned.
these.
Stay
Yeah,
tuned, because when Matrix Resurrections come in, we'll be ready to do a review, folks.
yeah, man.
Hit
Yeah,
you
I
hard.
mean that shit looks dope, dude. That shit looks fucking
It
dope.
better be good because that shit's about to get roasted if it's not.
Yeah, dude. We'll give an honest fucking
We'll be entertaining either way.
I think the level expectation is going to be
right.
pretty high.
They gotta come correct. And I'm just a little afraid given the decline in their later movies. But hey man, we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, if
Well,
they stay true to themselves, I'm sure they'll stay true to their product. Something spurred them to go ahead and go back to the first Matrix, which is what a lot of this has to do with. It wants to go back to its roots.
yeah, I hope so.
So, wish them luck.
Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks for checking out our video and stuff like that. Drop some comments, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And
Click on
join
the
our group,
bell.
man. We're on
So,
Facebook, man. It's a cool group. We post shit, and it keeps you in the in. But anyway, thanks once again. Muchas gracias, muchachos. Later, Gators.